There she is again. Happy Thursday. This week we're talking about I did that, in this way of cultivating this participatory sense inside of us that we are, if not creating our experience, we're at least co-creating and participating in it, because in the absence of thinking that way, then we are just marionettes and we have no free will. And there are those who would argue for that, but I believe that evacuates all the meaning and purpose and joy out of life. But there are those who do argue for that, but you won't hear that here. I believe we at least participate, co-create, and participate in the creation of the environment, the experiences that we're living. So with that in mind, how is it that it's so difficult to change the world that we're looking at? If we do participate in its creation, why does it seem to be so habitual and automatic and autopilot? It's a good question. And I believe it stems from the fact that the creation that we do happens at levels of our mind and brain that are so deep, that are so subterranean, that are so automatic, that are so conditioned, that are so habitual that it's almost impossible to change them. And this is probably good. If just the passing thoughts that floated through our minds on any given moment suddenly became our reality, could you imagine the terrifying jumble of reality that we'd be looking at? Every thought would picture on the screen of our consciousness, and there would be literally no control, at least until we learn to control ourselves. So this is probably why, from an evolutionary sense, we developed a brain that can accommodate deep patterns of thought, feeling, emotion, memory, sensation, perception, that then become a relatively consistent screen of consciousness that we look at. This is good, but it's also a double-edged sword, because if deep patterns are stuck inside of us that produce a movie that we don't like, how on earth do we change that? We'll discuss this tomorrow. Just kidding. Obviously, there are many ways, but the number one way is meditation. Meditation is the stilling and the resolving of the deepest vibrational patterns in our head that result in our consistent experience that we look at, the thermostat of life that we are stuck with, so to speak. Meditation goes in and cauterizes and burns away the deepest patterns. And the good patterns are never removed, because the good, the true, the beautiful is not subject to removal, because it is the ground state of our being. But the unpleasant, the negative, the painful patterns of perception that lead to the music that we're listening to that doesn't sound good, they're cauterized, they're evaporated, they are sandblasted away in our meditation. Meditation goes to the depths of our being, places we can never get with our conscious mind, and does a beautiful job of slowly and patiently resolving these deep patterns of perception that eventuate and ultimate in the experience of our life. So let's be grateful that not every passing thought is presented in the screen of our experience. Let's be grateful that we were blessed with a brain that can harbor deep patterns, and those patterns can be changed if we choose to change them. Good stuff, huh? Tomorrow we'll visit and talk about it, and then on Monday we'll continue in our endless journey of learning how to change the deepest patterns and produce an ever more beautiful symphony inside of our head, because other people have to listen to it too. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Send me any texts or emails if you have a question about this. I'll see you soon.